that done? Is your bills paid? When you outside, do you feel safe? If we go up, gotta take phones. I'm with some go-ups I can take home.
Look, I defeated my fears, soaked the towel in my tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my chin check y'all in y'all beard. I'm willing to father my peers, all of my peers for all of my years. Out in the field, take a look at my shoes. Never had a thought that it might lose. Considering the cost, I had to give them my dues. Never got to talk to it like you. I've been feeling like a king for months. We eat all the rich cuisine for lunch. All these wishing he was done. Oh, you tried it, that's a piece of gum. Now, look at me, I'm the captain now. I'm recruiting this year. I be praying for y'all while I'm praying for y'all. Like a line abusing this deer. I hate to do it with no plans. Now I usually get near. Oh, my ex are her man. Cause I'm the mutant in here.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That'll be taken in the end zone. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And now Cousins choosing to back away from the line and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Cousins going deep for Diggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, here's Wentz being chased out left. avoids the contact by sliding. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now Wentz drops it off to Ajayi. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Come on now, come on now, let's go.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Shotgun now for Wentz. Able to get away. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, Steamer! Rhino!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the gun, here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Out to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
All right, now here we go. Oh, lucky 50. Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good. Move, move.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, 14, he's going deep.
Now Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st down, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Wentz again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 34 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Ringo. Move, move.
Throwing, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brandon Graham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Go, go. 82.
Wentz now on first down. On the move to his left. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Mike Bennett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Yellow. Two.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, steamer. Yellow. Check.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And out now come the Eagles. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing on first is Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards.
It's hard to play in the NFL now as a running back and not catch the football as well. Jay Ajayi shows what you can do when you have both of those skills.
Good in space, isn't it?
He really is able to catch the ball, and he helps create blocks downfield. A lot of times that's what people miss. It's not just making other guys miss you. It's setting up guys to block those guys downfield with the moves you make, and Jay Ajayi does that very well.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Black. Run. Great.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Elliott puts this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Black. Leave it. Bring up 48.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, You and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run it again with Cook, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Cousins fighting his way through contact. Left side caught by Diggs. The Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. Cousins now to throw on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Michael Bannon in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On third down, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Forced out to his left. Room to run past midfield. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. Floating one, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Once again here on second and 10. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Eric Kendricks not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Eagles coming up here on a third and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Linval Joseph in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Two. Hey. Four down. Lucky 50.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll begin the drive with a giant. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And Jeffrey's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, 382, Liz 50. Gun.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Lucky 50.
Second down, Cousins. throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Cousins on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Cousins. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Mike Bennett getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long for Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. Michael Bennett. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition. Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful. Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll run with Cook. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
We're going, let's go.
Cousins to throw it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And now Cousins choosing to back away from the line and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. shotgun now for Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Working from the gun, Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. He's back to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Cousins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A give. This is Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajani. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. This is Ajani. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They run for it with Ajani. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Eagles, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1.
Hoping I ain't lose religion, text and prayer hands, hope the message sending on. Know I've been blessed, I've been seeing prophets, mostly yellow shirts, louder than the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body, say the man got me on. Can you hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Kissing. One mic extensions that'll look like expeditions on. Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me